5 fragrances that are absolute beast mode. Now, when we're talking beast mode, we're talking about crazy performers, 10 plus hours longevity, beyond an arm's length projection for like hours at a time. These fragrances are not shy, they're not timid, they're not introverted, they're not, some of them are not for the faint of heart. Like, these are really powerful fragrances, and I must caution you, if you're going to purchase or sample any of these fragrances, you got to be ready to expect something that will deliver in the performance department. These are not quiet or shy or timid. Anyway, I needed to get that out of the way because I know how it can get, right? Like, these are, and we all know what the brands are that perform, and they overperform. The Amouages, the Manceras, the Montals, like, these are really powerful fragrances. And so anyway, it goes without saying that all of these are incredibly powerful. So before I start the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. And of course, before I start the video, I do want to mention that if you do want to purchase or sample any or most of the fragrances in this list, I know you may do so at Sensplit.com. Sensplit is absolutely incredible. They have a lot of really hard to find designer and niche fragrances. You can get a sample, a decant, you can try it on your skin, see how it works with your skin chemistry, and see if it's in alignment with your personal taste. And if it is, you can commit to the purchase of a full-size bottle, which, by the way, you can purchase at Sensplit as well. And so not only can you purchase and sample fragrances there, they have really good customer service, really fast shipping. I've been personally using Sensplit since like 2014. They're an amazing service and one that I can't recommend enough. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about on my skin, this one is phenomenally it's phenomenally good, excuse me, as far as how it performs. I meant to say it performs phenomenally well. And this one from the brand Tom Ford, part of the private blend line, this one is Noir Den Noir. Now, it also goes without saying that I've had my bottle for many, many years, so it's been macerating for many years. Not that that's required or necessary, but perfumes on the whole, generally speaking, tend to get stronger with age. That is certainly the case here. This fragrance is patchouli, it's chocolatey, there's rose, it's sensual. I know some people have said Valentine's Day in a bottle, which is something that I typically reserve for a few different fragrances, the other one being Roses and Chocolate by Mancera. But Tom Ford's Noir Den Noir is a phenomenally good performer, and I can say that with regard to a lot of other Tom Ford fragrances as well. Not all of them. There are some that just give me really poor longevity, Neroli Portofino being another one. But if we're talking beast mode, Noir Den Noir is beast mode. Tuscan Leather for me has also been beast mode. We have by I almost said Mancera, which is the sister brand, by Montal. This is Arabians Tonka. So this is, and I almost pulled this out, I'm so used to the old presentation. This is a sweet, ambery, spicy, exotic smelling DNA. Again, this is not for the faint of heart. If you know Montal, you know they have red oud, black oud, oud cuir d'Arabie. They have so many like heavy oud-based fragrances. And I think this is another one as well. I do apologize, I have not committed the note breakdown to memory, but Arabians Tonka, of course, will proffer the namesake of the perfume, which is tonka bean. So it does have that creamy, almost vanillic undertone to the composition, but at the same time, it does have those spicy Middle Eastern, dare I say, elements to it as well. Arabians Tonka is phenomenal. So this next one really, really surprised me. I've had this bottle now for 2.5 weeks. I think there's an embargo. But you know what? It's okay. The brand did not send it to me, so I can talk about it whenever I want, right? So again, and by the way, people know that it exists, so it doesn't matter. Other people have covered it as well. So by Creed, it's Oud Zarian. So this is the strongest fragrance that Creed has ever manufactured. And it's kind of a surprise to me because, you know, there's Royal Oud, there's Royal Princess Oud. Yeah, okay, forget about those. The performance of those is average. Maybe on your skin they might be above average, but this stuff is beast mode. So this is Creed's take on the Oud Rose DNA. I think there's May Rose in here. The Oud is quite dark. It's a very spicy fragrance. Honest to God, smelling this, I think to myself, this is something that Amouage would manufacture. Like, this is the type of DNA we're dealing with here. And I just, oh my God, the more I smell it, the more I try it, I'm like, I cannot believe that this is actually a fragrance that Creed put out. I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked. I feel like, and I don't know what it is, but I know it sounds so weird, but in the very opening, it reminds me, and I know I'm like crazy for saying this, but it reminds me of Amen by Thierry Mugler. And I don't know what it is, but just in that very opening, like smelling it from the atomizer, I know there's going to be people who agree with me. But again, it goes in a totally different direction, but it's very interesting. So we also have, and by the way, incredibly strong. I thought Delphinus and what was the other one? Centaurus. Those are very strong too. And I would have said those are the strongest fragrances that Creed has ever made, but this one really takes the cake. Then we have Myrrh Shadow, 403 Myrrh Shadow by Bon Parfumera. So this is myrrh, the namesake of the perfume. It's incensey, it's warm, it's balsamic, it's resinous, and you do get more myrrh than any other type of incense, like copal or frankincense or whatever. This one is a very strong, slightly smoky, ambery, incensey fragrance. I'm going to be honest with you, it's in the same vein as Oud Wood by Tom Ford. So if you like Oud Wood, chances are you're going to really enjoy this one. Again, quite different. It is not an imitation or anything like that, but it can be worn for the same occasions. And it's a really good fragrance. And again, the perfume in the #1 spot, I know there's so much love for this, and rightfully so. I think this is an incredible fragrance. I have owned this one for a number of years. I purchased it a very long time ago. And again, please sample. That is the general rule of thumb with everything on this list and everything on my channel. I don't recommend blind buying unless, of course, you're like me and you like the thrill of it. But you do have avenues in which you can sample fragrances like Sensplit. Sensplit is incredible. And this fragrance is just this beautifully aromatic leather fragrance. It smells so mysterious, yet so exotic at the same time. It is a very confident, bold, and courageous fragrance. It is such a unique olfactive composition, and it's one that has gotten so much love for so many years. And I know like 7 people out of 10 that you speak to who like this brand will say that this is their favorite from the brand, and I get it. It totally makes sense. By Memo Paris, it's called African Leather. What a beauty, what a gem, what an amazing fragrance. And I enjoy Russian leather, Irish leather. Marfa is a really interesting fragrance, too, a little bit too floral for my taste. I also really like, is it called Corfu? Yeah, I like that one a lot, actually. But African leather, if we're talking beast mode, forget about it. There's so many other fragrances as I look off to my right here that I could have potentially mentioned in this list. The new Amouage that I recently acquired, it's called Timber. Yeah, that one is incredible. There's also Decision, there's Interlude, there's so many that I could have potentially spoken about, but these are 5 beast mode fragrances. Sample them or buy them at Sensplit. And again, I'm going to drop the links down below. They are commission links, so if you wouldn't mind supporting the channel, that's cool. If not, you can just type Sensplit in your browser and I won't make the commission. It's fine either way. It's very negligible, but any little bit helps, and whatever I do make, I just pour it back into the channel. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. 5 beast mode fragrances that I would personally recommend. And I'm also going to say this, I would not wear any of these in the summer. So fall and winter is really where it's at here. But thank you so much for watching. If you took anything of value from today's episode, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.